Polite inquiries, George Dobell's Edgbaston. Innocent bystander says, momentum, utter codswallop.
Depends what you mean.
No, it doesn't. It's
doesn't
not it is a made-up term for sports people that means
Well, it's not. I think
nothing.
it's physics, isn't it?
Well, no, not in sports, it's not.
I agree, it's used incorrectly a lot, but I do think there are times when a side can be steamrolled, like India have been abroad a couple of times.
It's almost like they weren't good enough overseas.
Well, there's that as well, but
Yeah.
that's part of it, maybe. I don't have the problem with it that you have with it. You react like
No
it's the
momentum.
C word.
Yeah.
County cricket.
Girl with glasses says, were the Australians really bad or the English really good?
I would say mainly, actually, the Australians were really bad and the pitch was really good.
The Australians obviously weren't very good. The English were okay.
No, they were good.
They could have been better. They could have
been better.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean
But
literally,
we don't
I'm
wanna-
not taking that away from them.
But we
because
don't
they
want to
bowled
damn
someone
them
out.
with faint praise because they've had a really good day and well done, you know, to the bowling attack because they hardly bowled any bad balls. But yeah, even Jimmy Anderson said at the close of play, he said he could have bowled quite a lot better.
Australia basically, when they did play a shot, they played it badly, and when they didn't play a shot, they played it worse. Lev says, which Clark will lose their job first, Giles or Michael?
I don't know. It's both coming soon, but I will tell you this: Michael Clark will go out with, figuratively anyway, his bat raised high. Giles Clark could go out disgraced.
Don't need to say anything to that, do I?
No,
Arthur Dent says, is Stephen Finn the new Josh Hazlewood?
I don't know what he means.
But Stephen Finn was very good today.
Stephen Finn was really good today. He took 2 wickets. There's a long way to go.
Didn't he take 3?
No.
They count for more than 3. Steve Smith's wicket counts for like 20.
No, it's a massive wicket, and you know, again,
It's
credit
like
where
winning the Ashes.
He got Michael Clark, who I think should have an eyesight test. And he got Steve Smith, who on these wickets, he's a bit like Virat Kohli. He's clearly a brilliant player, but he's actually yet to do it in English conditions because Lord's wasn't English.
But that's unfair. This is the first test in his life he's ever played in English conditions. Although he did do very well at Old Trafford when the ball was moving around in 2013.
It's a pretty flat wicket. It's the flattest wicket in England. He's clearly going to be a very, very good player. But when England said before the series that it was a potential weakness, him batting at 3, they had a point.
Cricket Mad says, should Rogers be fielding at short leg? No, of course not. He's been hit in the head 43 times. Why would you put him in there?
Because,
I mean,
you're either fit to play or you're not. So
no.
Well, yeah.
Not when it comes to head injuries, though. When he's had that many head injuries, there's a certain time where there's no reason for him to be there. They have other
there is.
No.
Well, where else are you going to go?
There's a certain point when someone gets hit in the head that many times where you just don't need to put them at short leg.
I'm sure he's got an option. What's he got? 2.5 more tests of his career. I think, yeah, I think it's fine. You're either fit to play or you're not.
There's a difference between a fit to play at mid-on and a fit to play at short leg. We're talking about a major head issues here. I mean, he's had real trouble with this. Why would you even risk him, considering that he's the only batsman who seems to understand English conditions?
Well, I presume they've had a conversation with the medical staff and they've decided it's no more of a risk to him than it is to anyone else. Fielding at short leg has an element of risk, for sure.
Okay.
How many times have you been hit, really?
In his entire career?
No, in the last year or so. 3?
Well, you say that like it's only about...
No, it counts. It's a lot, but compare it to a rugby player or even a very bad tennis player.
I just don't think in cricket we're quite...
We were getting all serious.
Tom Banner says, was Ian Bell's innings a microcosm of his whole career?
Yes.
I mean, yes. I mean, there's nothing that needs to be said.
He's been doing it for more than a decade. Don't expect him to go change it now. He's not going to, is he?
At one stage, he played a cover drive, and I swear the entire press box swelled up as one.
He is the girl that you shouldn't fall in love with, but you do anyway because he's so damn beautiful.
Over and over again. Elliot Miller says, of the 13 dismissals today, which was the softest?
Yeah, I thought about that. That's a really good question. I think I'd probably say Bell.
Yeah, Bell's is hard to go past, but at least they're in a good position in the game.
We've gone for England players.
I think the Australian players were a bit confused of what balls they should play and leave.
Massively. Unsettled by the conditions.
Yeah. Rick Walton says,
also,
do you think the obsession with making statements, being positive, is simply overcoaching?
I don't know if it's overcoaching, but it's fashion. And lots of rubbish things have been in fashion. I remember when Gary Glitter was in fashion.
I think you need to be positive. You're thinking about all the negatives when you go out to face Mitchell Johnson.
Depends what you mean by positive.
That's what I was going to say.
But if you mean aggressive...
That's a different thing.
Yeah, and I think it has gone far too far that way. There's nothing the matter with leaving the ball. There's nothing the matter with blocking the ball.
Basker says, why don't England start all Ashes big series at Edgbaston like Australia at the Gabba? Suitable pitch plus vocal hostile crowd.
Really good point.
Is this your account?
Lords let down English cricket with that wicket. I don't know how relevant the crowd is. I think it's a bit relevant. I think Australia know that they're not at home. I think England know they're supported. And what's going to happen after this game? England are going to go to Trent Barmy Army aren't allowed. Barmy Army Trumpeters not allowed. It's a super atmosphere, but it's different. It's not as obviously partisan. Good and bad things about that. I think the England team, I know the England team will much prefer it to be much more obviously partisan.
We'll see you tomorrow.
That was quick.